Okay, Raj, so talk to me about what the results are that customers are actually seeing then.
There are two parts, as I see it, when it comes to results, Danny. The first part of the results is results that propagate to any stakeholder in the business. And they're three parts: cost savings, productivity increases, and freed capacity. So cost savings comes in many dimensions, but it is, as it says on the tin, saving dollars. Productivity is, hey, how many hours am I saving by doing this apart from my traditional way of going about this? And the most interesting one is the freed capacity, which is whether I'm being asked to do more or less, or I'm still growing my team, how does this become a force multiplier? That then ripples downwards to different stakeholders that we support. So whether it's the employer branding manager, the L&D, the marketing, the HR, those three factors then just relate to how that applies to that stakeholder. So for example, employer branding, it might be cost savings, might be to do with marketing agencies, or it might to do with earned media, how much I saved on paid advertising that I got from organic reach. Or it could be from freed capacity of, hey, I didn't need to hire an employer branding manager in every region in the world. I was able to do that from a centralized team. Or in some cases, our clients, they've got a centralized team and then they've hired from areas which there is some labor cost differences like Colombia and India. And they build their org design around the platform. Those three still parts, those three factors still just apply to a marketing team, but in a different way.
You talk a lot about the cost savings there, and I think that's really clearly defined there. In terms of freeing up bandwidth, if you are just an incredibly busy employer brand leader and you are under the cosh in terms of building content, and now you're going to have some time freed up, what do you hear from clients? What do they spend some of this additional time saved on?
There's two parts that we see regularly. One is people who are customers who are like me, who are a bit older in the tooth and go, I want to spend that with my family and I want to spend that having greater quality of life. And that doesn't mean they're being any less effective. They're just being able to get what they've done in a shorter fraction of time and therefore being able to integrate their work-life balance better. The second ones are going, hey, I want to be able to then work on how we build up the profile of the function, how we engage the business to the concept of people-led storytelling can be core infrastructure. How do we then embed that into other areas? How do we collaborate and therefore elevate the understanding and impact of the functional area they work in?
So freeing up time out of very busy operator mode and spending more time in manager or leader mode.
Absolutely. But my personal preference is I hopefully do a combination of both. I think the first bit isn't spoken up enough, where when I talk to our clients who I get to know incredibly well, what gets me is when they go, sure, we did a bit of that, but we also spent more time with our kids and family.